What is going on, guys? We are back, and today we're going to be doing a complete overhaul of the basement. Now, what brought this on is that I want to move the digital miner a little bit, put it over in this corner, and I want to automate it so that this drops all the ores that we can into the purification chamber, and then all the ores that it can't put in there, it'll put into barrels over in this quadrant of the room, and then once it goes through this entire system, anything that goes through that will be put into barrels in this quadrant of the room. Now, I don't think this will actually be too hard, but it's going to be a little time consuming, and there are a couple steps we need to take before we do all of that. And I know I said that we weren't going to be doing Mekanism again, but I think this will be pretty fun because we haven't messed around with the item filters much from Mekanism or item transportation from Mekanism in general. So it'll be fun to do, and once we get this set up, it'll basically be done. The setup will be finalized for the most part until we can do some serious upgrades later. But one thing I want to show you guys is I did upgrade the universal cables that are running from the energy cube through all of our system down here. I didn't upgrade the ones from the solar panels to the energy cube because I think for the time being those are good enough. It didn't look like any power was getting stuck in them, so it does seem like it's transporting it fast enough. But I did add 4 more solar panels, so we have a total of 6 solar panels out there. So as long as it's daytime a decent amount and I sleep a little bit every once in a while, I think our power should stay up. But to help out a little bit with that, I did make 32 energy upgrades, which should be enough to put energy upgrades in, I think, all 4 of these and the electrolytic separator. So we're going to do that before we jump into anything. So we can put all 8 in there, and then I don't know, can we just drop these in and it'll only, I guess it'll, let's just put 6 in there because it can only use 6. I'm assuming it'll just leave 2 left over, but I don't feel like going through all of these machines to get them out. So there's 6, and the last 6 go in here, and I hope that'll help with energy a little bit with this automatic processing. So now everything that will be used, excluding like the electric pump, which I'm not super worried about, will be fully energy efficient. So now they're going to suck a bunch of power out of this just because they need to all fill up with their extra power, but I don't think they'll use that much energy to process all this. The next thing that we need to do is we need to make, not the atomic disassembler, we might make that later, but we need to make a charging pad, and that is because we're going to need to charge a couple tools today, and I think I have most of what we're going to need for this already. Actually, I think I have all of what we're going to need for this already. Actually prepped with pretty much everything we're going to need today as far as I'm aware, but obviously I'm usually wrong with that. So I assume that this charging pad can just get slapped down. Where's a good spot for this? Let's just throw it down right there, because whatever. We're going to be moving things around, so I'm not super worried. Now, I guess we can just right-click on this whenever we have a tool and it'll put it in there. I'm not sure. But we do then need to make a, I think it's configurator. Now what this is, it's like a Mekanism wrench, and what we're going to be using this for is actually setting up this semi-useful sorting system. It won't be super useful to start out, but we will add some more filters to it eventually and make it actually useful. And I think we also have everything we need for this. There we go, configurator, and this needs to be put into the charging pad. I don't really know how this thing charges. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, that is so weird. I thought you right-clicked on it. You stand on this thing. What the hell? Okay, I think that's really weird. I mean, that's cool, but that's weird. So let's take a little food break before we start doing our heavy lifting, because we're gonna need to move this entire thing. So let's grab this, and funny noise, haha. Okay, so we can put this down there. We're still gonna be piping out of the back, but we're going to be using this logistical sorter. So I assume that we can just throw this onto the back. I don't know if it needs to be in like the top or the side or where it needs to go, but let's get some space here first. I assume that we can just kind of toss it right there. Let's see how it orients itself. I believe that is correct. And then we're going to need to get a little bit of room. Yeah, I guess that's fine like that. We'll need to get a little bit of room right here so that we can run pipes up. So we'll break that, and we can place down these stone bricks right here, just so that it doesn't look absolutely hideous. And we need to chisel one more. It's all good. We got extra stone. Try and make things look a little bit better. Are these the correct ones? I can't even tell. Yes, they are. Okay, good. And we'll just throw some light down back there because it's a little dark. And it's got to be symmetrical because it totally bothers me if it isn't. Even though that's like a waste, it needs to be symmetrical. So now we need to use are these basic logistical transporters, and I have some over here. This thing takes forever to break though. Can we use this? I don't know. Okay. No, I don't think we can. That's for coloring the pipes and changing the way they work, like auto insert or all that stuff, auto pull out, all that. So, not exactly sure what the keys are for this thing though. We'll figure it out though. It's all good. So we can make some more of these, and we're actually probably gonna have to, but we have to get back there to hook it up then, I guess. I was hoping it would have to, or I'd be able to throw these down, not back here. Okay, so these will hook up, and then we can just run this out the top, and we can close this up now. I don't think we'll need to get back there for the time being. I will need to set filters on this. I guess I will have to get back there later, but it's not super important because I'm not going to set the filters on camera. That would be really boring. And then I don't have any wood to fix this over here right now, but we will eventually. Oh, this takes so long to break. There's got to be a better way to break this. Oh my god, a zombie's beating down our door. Okay, let's go kill this. That's so loud. Oh god, okay, there's a skeleton too. No, you sir cannot break down. Oh, whoops. Okay. Oh, what was that? Okay, whatever. I'm guessing we're too close. Yeah, too close to monsters to sleep. That's fine. We have work to do, so I'm not super worried about having enough energy because I guess these all filled up now. Correct? Yes, okay, so this filled up with oxygen and that filled up. Yeah, okay, so everything's full now. We still need to run power to this, but I'm assuming it can take power on any side. And we need to extend this. Now, that is something I don't want. I do not want it connecting at the top. I don't want it putting anything back in there. I don't know if there's any way to make it not connect at the top. Let me pick these up. Let me pick them up. Oh my gosh, that is horrific. Why can I? Can't get them. There we go. I don't care if I lose some stone. I do not want to lose these though. So here's what we'll do. We'll line this up right now anyway. We have to do that anyway, so we'll line it up with our system over there. And yes, we are going to have to make a couple more. I do have the control circuits. Do we have steel though? I think I might need to make a little bit more steel. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. So let's just we'll make 4 pieces of steel. I might need to process some more iron though. Oh, you know what? It's a perfect time to test out, assuming we have no iron over here. Oh, actually, we have steel over here. Okay, never mind. Forgot that I put it in that chest. Okay. So, we might actually need to use the rest of the steel. Oh, yeah, we're going to be a few short. We're legitimately 1 short. Actually, no, because we're going to need more of these later. So, we're actually probably going to have to make more than the next 8 that we have here. Okay, so this should be putting stuff into here, and I didn't realize this last time I was looking here, but the side configuration and the transporter configuration are different. This is actually when you pump things in with the logistical transporter. So we're going to go to this, and we're going to say that dark, what color? We'll go with dark red, because dark red is both the top input for these, and we need to set a color. So that's when this comes in handy. And we're going to set this to dark red. So I know that does not look super great, but it's fine. So now I assume that if this mines something, it'll pump it out the back, and this filter should send anything that's supposed to go to dark red over here. So on camera, I know I said I wouldn't set filters on camera, but we're going to test this out. So we're going to make a new filter. We're going to go to OR dictionary. we can go to ore and then iron. We can save that. And so anything that is considered iron ore will be put into the purification chamber for, oh, you know what, did I set the color? Wow, that is really annoying. Okay, so it goes to dark red. So we want auto eject to be on, and that'll basically say even if there isn't a filter, it's going to send something out, because we're going to turn the default onto, what color do we want to use for this? We'll set the default to, we'll set the default to black. So anything that doesn't have a filter in there will go to the black one, and that's what we're going to hook up on this side to all of those miscellaneous things. I'll put a bunch of barrels over here, and all these little miscellaneous items like raw silicone and rubies and amethyst and all that can get put into these random barrels if we ever need them, just because they're going to need some mass storage, and I don't think there's any good chest system in here actually, which is a little unfortunate, but whatever. So what we're going to have to do now is configure, and we're going to do a new filter, or dictionary, or iron, and we're going to save that, and we're going to get rid of, I think this is a regular filter right here. We're going to delete that, and we're going to go back. Auto eject should be, oh, it's already on. Okay, so we're going to do that, and obviously it's not going to have power right now. We'll hook up power in a second, but we're going to click start, and I assume that this will work. I don't know. I don't know how you get it to pull things out of here though. So it's getting the iron, its auto eject is on, but it's not auto ejecting into this logistical sorter. Okay guys, so we're back, and you might notice that there's a little bit of a difference in our system over here. I did upgrade everything to a factory. Now eventually I would have done this because these are basically allow you to do more work at once. So this can run 3 different materials or 3 of the same materials at once, and I do have auto sort on, so you know, if it's running 3 of the same materials, it'll auto put them into each slot so that it can run faster. But I had to upgrade these because of this purifying, well, what's now the basic purifying factory, but the purification chamber, I guess it has a bug in this version of Mekanism because it does not want to accept anything to be input. Whether you're using a hopper, a chest, a pipe, anything, you can manually put stuff in, but if you try and auto insert it, it does not work. So upgrading it fixes that, so that's why I just upgraded everything. They're not super expensive to upgrade, and that would bother me if only one was. So now everything does work, and I rerouted the pipes over here, and it looks a little bit weird. I may end up changing this slightly, but the reason I did this is because I want to put a bunch of chests, or not chests, but a storage system along the bottom and top of this pipe, so that all the miscellaneous items that we're going to get that are in this chest, like all this random junk, obviously these ores aren't random junk, but all the rest of this random crap can be put into them for mass storage. So what I actually may do right now is I may not make this room a square, or I may make it a square like right now. Yeah, let's do that right now. We'll do it on this corner for now because I don't think we're going to need that much room. But if I were to make this room a square, it would be a little bit easier to work with because we'd be able to, I think it'd look a little bit better. So unfortunately this isn't going to match upstairs perfectly, but that's perfectly okay. So let's just get this last pipe out of here. What we can do is I'll fill in this area right here, and then we'll flatten out this area. And that actually should look pretty good and give us a little bit more room to work with when we're messing around with different machines. But I think this system should work really effectively now. All I'll have to do is set up the filters, and it should be good to go. And I don't think I'm going to set up the other side of this room with all of the storage systems for the ingots and stuff, just because I don't think I have enough to make all of the stuff I need to store those, and B, it's going to be a little bit more complicated because there's things like redstone that I want over there, and lapis and things that need to be routed from over here all the way over, and diamonds need to be put over there without going through the processing. Certain things like that. Unless I silk touch, maybe other things will need to change. So there is a little bit that needs to be, tinkered around with, but I'll do that off camera before next episode, and then we can finally move away. I'll finish the whole basement before next episode so that we can move away from Mekanism, unless you guys are enjoying it, and then we can continue using it. But I feel like you guys might be getting a little bit bored considering I'm messing around with it a significant amount. Okay, so that should be enough wood. My inventory is a massive just mess right now because of all the different things I'm trying to do at once. Okay, that's the right wood, and there we go. So then we can fill in this right here. It's a little bit of a waste of stone back there, but whatever. I'm too lazy to mine it out. So let's go like this, and that's right, I forgot I have to do the ceiling too. And I guess I'll have to fix that. I'll have to get some dirt down to cover that or something. It shouldn't be too much of an issue though. So we're gonna have to run, where are they? Logistical pipes. All these are gonna get run along this wall. And you might have already seen it in my inventory as to what we're gonna use for today. Let me just drop off anything that we don't need. We're not gonna need any of that. Okay, so we're gonna be using these things. Let me put down a crafting bench. Did I throw that in here? Yes, I did. We're gonna be using these things called oak drawers, and it holds 32 stacks per drawer, so I think that'll be okay for now. They actually don't have barrels in here, and I do know that I think RF Tools has a good storage system, but I don't feel like setting that up just yet, so these seem like a very simple way to do all that, I guess. And I'm trying to think if any of these have better storage. I don't think so though, because all of these that are compacting drawer, if you look at these, it's like 2x2 drawers, 8 stacks per drawer. That means that it can hold more items, I think, or more types of items, but it holds the same amount, and that doesn't really matter for us because we're going to have a large sum of each kind of item. So we're going to need a lot of wood because we need to make a lot of chests, and then we gotta make them into these drawers. So you go like this, and we'll make all this into wood. So let's try making 17 right now just to make sure that we have enough. So you go like that, and then boom, you got 18 drawers. So we can make a couple more, but I actually don't know how many we're gonna need, so I might be making an excessive amount for that one side. Okay, so let's go with 22 for now. So I believe these things should be able to have things input into them, and I don't know if they can have things put in both the top and the bottom, but hopefully they can have them put in both the top and the bottom. So let's try taking some stuff out of here. So let's just say rubies, amethyst, and sapphire. So let's throw rubies, sapphire, and amethyst. And then let's go into this system, and you know what I need to do is I need to set these to black then. Now I know that I can set this pipe to black, or I can set this to black. Okay, I don't know if we need to change that. Oh, darn it. Okay, so things can be inserted in there. So I guess we need to change the pipe in general to black. Hopefully, okay, so there's black. Okay, that takes a really long time to switch that whole thing to black. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what, I'll change these off camera and then I'll jump back. Okay guys, so I got all of this set up, and now is the moment of truth. So I'm just curious if I'm running all of this, if things that are supposed to go to red will pass through the black to get to the red, and I'm also curious if it will force things into the first one they can go into to make sure that all of the rubies go into that. Now, obviously this won't be an issue once we get every one of these miscellaneous items we're ever going to get, and that actually probably wouldn't be too difficult if I just said, mine out everything in, a 10 block radius or 20 block radius, whatever. But we're going to test it out with amethysts, and we're going to do the amethysts because those are the third one in. So we'll see if it'll go to any of these three or if it'll go directly to the drawer meant for amethyst. And we're also going to do iron at the same time. So if you look in the config, we have iron and then amethyst. And we're going to do that just to make sure that the iron can pass through. Okay, so these are going to go, please. Okay, so the issue is they go to the first slot that's available, That is super, super loud. I'll have to change that. But they do go into these. The problem is they go to the first one that's available. So I guess what we'll have to do is, okay, so the problem is now black cannot, or red cannot pass through the black. So I'll have to work on that, but we'll stop this for now, and we'll, oh gosh, okay, we'll disable this filter right here because that is really annoying. So I guess I'll have to work a way around that, but it shouldn't be too difficult. I'm sure there's a way to get around that somehow, maybe, hopefully. I guess you could just set this to like no color, and then anything that you don't have like set in here can go to no color, and these will be the only places that it can go. But I'll do that off camera, and when we come back next episode, this will be fully set up. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Sorry we did Mekanism again if you were hoping for something different, but I thought this would be interesting because, you know, who doesn't love automated sorting? I actually really enjoyed doing this today, and I think it's pretty cool stuff. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and you know, if you want to see anything specific from this mod pack, feel free to post that in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later.